You guys probably curious to see how Magnus performed at 12 years of age. Well, it's more than 99% accuracy. In this particular game, he played against a Ukrainian, soon-to-be Grandmaster at that point in time. They were 12 years old, both of the players. We're gonna look at the Trompowsky attack. Magnus is white, Yuriy Kuzubov, Ukrainian Grandmaster, soon to be. He was at 14 years old, so 2 years from the moment that the game had happened. So let's see what Magnus and Yuriy played in this game, my dear friends. You won't regret it, and it's terrifyingly beautiful and incredibly promising, announcing Magnus's long reign as a world champion. World Chess Champion. So d4, knight f6 being played here. If I didn't say, yeah, Magnus is with the white, Yuriy is with the black pieces. Bishop g5, developing very quickly. And d5, nothing wrong with that. You're developing, pushing, you're ready to get the bishop on c8 somewhere. And bishop takes now. Okay, you've got two good options here. You could either take with the e or you could take with the g pawn. Okay, Yuriy Kuzubov took with the G pawn. Amongst many other ideas would be perhaps when you got a chance, get the rook over to the G and pressurizing. If white all kind of dreams to castle short, there might be a little bit of an issue, just to putting things in perspective. Knight c3, natural stuff, developing, nothing funny about. And e6 now. Bishop also free to go, the bishop on f8. Knight f3, developing, and c5, challenging already the setter. What are you going to do? You take my pawn, I'm going to take with the bishop. If white were to capture, which is not the best move, if white were to take, bishop takes back and attacks the f2. So you shouldn't take. But instead, you should play what Magnus played at 12 years old, e4. That's the move. Now, the theoretical correct stuff to play here would be actually taking on e4. D takes e. So that will be the theoretical move to play. D takes e. And after this guy takes here, you're going to take one more time. And a bishop b5 is bishop to d7, queen to d4. I'm giving you an idea of how to having perfect equality, so to speak, perfect balance with white and with black. So the best moves followed by bishop e7. It's something like plus 0.001. So with the most correct game, this will end up in a draw. So let's go back and see exactly what was the move that actually announced the beginning of the end for black here. Because black, instead of taking on e4, as we said, maybe for future reference, if you guys play this with black, you will know that actually you should take on e4. But he actually took with the wrong pawn here. Why is that? Well, knight takes back on d4. Now he took it in the wrong move order, because situation is slightly different. There is a knight on d4, and that guy wasn't supposed to be there. So bishop b5 now checks with tempo. Black has to defend. Bishop to d7, opposing the other bishop. Of course, you block and you attack. Queen to h5 now, fully maximizing of the pieces. So Magnus understood very well. So queen to h5 now, also ready to castle long. So there's nothing wrong with that. Queen h5, ready to castle long, and quite a little bit of pressure here. The bishop's already on prise, and you know, there's all sorts of good ideas. This guy is pinned, by the way. So queen to b6 played now by Yuriy, just trying to get in pieces off the back rank and exert a little bit of pressure. But that's already a bit too late, because Magnus castles long. Already king is safe, white king is safe. Rooks are communicating on the back rank, and they're ready to launching and claiming the e file as well. Now black got a little bit desperate here, and probably he thought to himself, I have to do something to trade off the queens. So this is very important. Getting the white queen is too active. So black was hoping, so to speak, you know, that kind of hopeful chess we all play it. He was hoping that actually white queen is going to take, and then bishop's going to take, and things are getting traded, and everyone you know, happy, and we shake hands, and we draw on things. But that's not what Magnus had in mind, because he already spotted a tactic here. And if you want to find the technique, like the very young Magnus Carlsen found it in 2002, you can pose it. You don't need to defend the white queen because you're going to take back with interest. Now, knight takes c4, and Magnus says, yeah, okay, look, I'm attacking your queen. And feel free to take my queen if you want, but for sure, I am hitting the black queen right now. And not mentioning I'm attacking f6, whatnot. I attack everything here. So Yuriy now took. By the way, there's no good moves at this stage for black. Knight f6, taking the pawn with tempo, because now we got 6 versus 5. But that's not the pawns. What's the thing? The position is completely crumbling here for black. Check, by the way. King has to move. Forcing, king moves, and now white knight takes the queen. And the position is rapidly collapsing. Knight c6, maybe one last hopeful attempt, humanly speaking, to getting your guys to do something, but bishop removes the knight. No more activity here, meaningful activity. And now if you say, wait a minute, how on earth after rook he, black is lost? Well, from a positional point of view and tactically, this is gone. White is completely dominating the position. Black had resigned. And let's just imagine that you would say, wait a minute, I would like to continue because I noticed there is a free pawn. You might say, some of you might say, hey, there is a free pawn on g2. Could I just go take it? Well, whether you take the pawn or play just bishop d5 or something else, let's just look at this one because it ends up with checkmate in just 2 moves here, and probably you guys saw it's knight to f5 crushing. Notice how the rooks are being placed exactly with maximum efficiency. One on the D open file, the other on semi-open file. On the E file is just one pawn of one color. And this guy sadly spinned. f6 is taken. Everything is being covered. King goes to e8, and then knight to f6 just checkmates the king. That was it. There is no good moves for black at this stage. If you say, yeah, but maybe I could play bishop to f6, yeah, it could be bishop to f6, but then again, we blocking with this. F2 to f4 blocks the check. We've got all sorts of threats coming over. So there's too many forks, and it's one of those exceptions in which, although someone enjoys the bishop pair, it's being practically annihilated by the knight's pair, believe it or not, because of the very bad positioning of the black king. The black king shouldn't be there. We shouldn't keep our king where the rooks are. The king has to be tucked away, either castled, but in no means being where the rooks are. So given this very important little detail, makes it completely untenable here for black. Check it yourselves if you want with your machines at home, with your friends, with your coaches and other school club members. And that was it. Trompowsky attack, 2002, 12 years old, one-piece Magnus Carlsen, future world chess champion, and another soon-to-be Grandmaster, Yuriy Kuzubov. What a splendid example in crushing tactics, and way to go, Trompowsky. Cheers, fellas.